Alright, so let's talk about the realities of the upcoming ban list. How many videos are you going to continue to make on this, Robbie? Well, this is just kind of laying some groundwork for you to understand. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So I want to point out that I'm as frustrated as you are. I'd actually probably use the words pissed that we don't have a list yet. Now, I want to preface a couple of very important things for you along with dates here to kind of understand what's going on here. We're heading on into, what was it, YCS Mexico next weekend, all right? That means, Konami, do you really want to invalidate it? So I can't really drop a list. And then at the end of, I don't know, at least the later half of this, we're heading on into YCS Rally for April here. So that's another YCS that we have going on. European National Season begins May 12th, all right? So kind of take a moment there to process that. All right, so we're not going to invalidate Mexico. There's no point. We head on in to the YCS Rally at the end of the month here. And then you have, national season beginning. And national season, I believe, goes May 12th through mid-June. Now, with that all being said, this week you're going to have two major things happening. You're going to have V-Jump resuming. All right, V-Jump will be giving us all of our basically annual stuff that we typically get. All those big reveals that happen in those calendar days. Yes, it's typically 5 to 6 days. Yeah, that doesn't really affect the TCG ban list all that much. But starting this upcoming Monday, we're expecting to be the reveals for Legacy of Destruction. Now, typically, remember, a video drops on Monday, and then it will go, hey, you're going to be excited. Here's some cool arts. We're going to tell you you're going to get the same 25 quarter centuries, maybe a card reveal or two, and then it'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll get hyped for the rarities and things like that. And then, bam, Friday will be the openings for Legacy. So that means, do they drop a list on Friday? No. Konami cannot drop a list at all next week if Legacy reveals are here, because a ban list invalidates the excitement for the upcoming product. And I don't know why a company would go, hey, here's a ban list followed by new product, or here is new product, and then on the same day you do all of these openings, you drop a ban list. That does not seem like a very Konami thing to do. So that's why we were all expecting for the last week and a half, Konami has to drop a list here, because we head on into the supposed Legacy reveals here. I mean, Konami can delay Legacy reveals. I mean, it's not like, the pattern is you typically drop them, 2 weeks before Sneak Peek? That way everybody has an idea. You head on into Sneak Peek, you're good to go. You have all the pre-sales rolling. It's a pretty standard thing that we've all followed, but Konami can break patterns. They've done it before. I like presenting these patterns to go, hey, this is why we think the way we do. Life is a lot of patterns and a lot of, okay, well, this goes here. We're thinking that this is going to follow this pattern and so forth. So you have two YCSs to deal with. You have Legacy reveals now at this point. You have Infinite Forbidden starting back up too, which the Infinite Forbidden event does not have correlation to deal with anything. I just want to, make sure that we're all aware of that. What the OCG typically doesn't really tend to affect us too much. Sometimes, you got to remember, OCG, actually, yeah, this is one major thing. Typically, the OCG has to get their selling points out. So, keep in mind, we didn't have really a lot of info on Infinite Forbidden until the OCG started putting out more stuff on it, and then the TCG can make their selling points. Because there's no way they're going to let the TCG reveal, selling points for a product before the OCG does. No. That's not how that works. Though I am very shocked that the TCG did get to do the Prismatic Gods slightly, well, the Stainless Steel Gods a little bit before the OCG did, but story for another day. So, where in the world, now that we've presented, all of this info, where do we think the list is going to go? There has been a lot of speculation, and it's pretty crazy to see some of the wild theories out here, but a lot of people are like, well, they're going to reveal the next list at YCS Rally. way to really get people excited out here by, having this ban list be announced at an event so people can crap their pants and lose their minds. I don't know if Konami's going to do that again. I'm not saying it's not on the table. It'd be kind of cool. A few people are like, oh, they'll announce it on the YCS coming up in the next week as well. It's like, no, they won't. There's not enough reach for what they would want to plan here. And announcing, a ban list at Rally would pretty much invalidates the results of Rally. So I guess my major concern is January, February, March, April. So if we sit through the entirety of this is a 4-month format. And then early May, logically, because you don't want to drop a ban list halfway through national season, and then your entire European player base, by the way, it's already massively upset out here because they've had no bigger events to play with their cards. If you release a list halfway through the national season, you just invalidate, half of their chances out here to do well. And the longer that this is the other big thing that has got me a little bit rough about this. The longer that we wait on a list, all right, we can't clean up any problems before the WCQ season. Had we released a list in early April and, followed, the very safe pattern here, or even at the end of March to go into April, we could have released another list June/July for the WCQ season for those big 3 nationals for South America, for Euros, and for NA, and we could have changed, the meta up to differentiate it from Euros and from what's going on, with the rest of this. But the problem now is once you don't do this, and if we release a list in May, you're locking yourselves in for May, June, July. That's August that we would see our next possible list here. That means going through the WCQ season out here is going to be a slugfest grind, and that puts us, I understand Infinite Forbidden releases in July, but that means that we're going to be here a while. And the fact that we're looking like a 3 ban list system for this year instead of 4, and I mean, we don't really know in the TCG. This is why dates, I think, are a very important thing. If we're slugging 7 months out here, it's not good. And the other big thing I think out here that we haven't gotten this list, we go back to the European event thing. Europe has not had a big event to play with these cards. So instead of, progressing the game along like they did during COVID, remember during the COVID era where people were like, oh, Konami's not going to make a ban list, there's been no events, and then they actually made a list, and then people just crapped everywhere. What the other side of the speculation chart is here is, Europe's not had any big events. I mean, yeah, they have regionals, they have their nationals coming up here as well, but without YCSs, people that are holding on to cards that spent this money to play these decks, they're not getting the chance to do so. And that's got a lot of people being rubbed the wrong way. And I understand that. But to the rest of this format out here, ask a majority of your player base that you see online, people that go to your locals, people are fatigued right now. That's why people look to a list as a chance to refresh things. But I think what Konami's going to try to do with this, I know this is an entire 8-minute thesis, by the way. So I'm just going to be like, Robbie's just spouting nonsense. I presented you with a crap ton of evidence here, and you're still going to comment down below and be like, I learned nothing. This is absolutely worthless. And it's like, no. These times, speculations, analyzing why people think this way, this is all important. All right? If you are really going to hold a list all the way up through May to June, and you're going to make us sleep on this format, the next ban list better be the most insane thing I've ever seen, or the TCG is so scared shitless of what Tenpai Dragons and everything in that set can do that they're like, wow, we got to do something. Or they're just like, well, we'll just clean up Fire. I guess the grand scheme here is let everybody play their Infinite Forbidden Fire decks, clean that garbage up directly, and then have a changing format. But the repercussions to having this list or lasting this long means that the next list can't begin yet. And that means whatever terrible decisions they make in the next format, we're going to be stuck with for quite some time. So, yeehaw! I hate playing competitively. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. What reasons do you expect there to be? And, well, I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.